I'm Roger.
And I'm Adam.
And welcome to another episode of RC Street Shop's how-to videos.
And what will we be how-toing today?
Today we're going to how to glue your tires. A lot of you don't know how to glue tires, and shame on you for that.
Yeah.
You always come in here going, do you have these mounted? You have so many more tire choices if you know how to glue your own tires. And I'm pointing at you out there.
Okay,
you need to learn.
So that's what we're going to be doing today. What tools are folks going to need to play along at home today?
Okay, so you're going to need tire glue.
Okay.
You're going to need nitro clean or some kind of rubbing alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need rubber bands or these little tire clamping tools.
Okay.
You're going to need a tire and a wheel. I would recommend also having, you're going to need something to clean with, so get a simple paper towel. It's not a bad idea to have a set of scissors on hand, because sometimes, we'll get into this in a minute, but sometimes you need to cut flashing. And if you're in a hurry, some activator. And that is it.
All right. Let's see. What steps are we going to be covering today in this?
So today we're going to talk about, first step is cleaning your tire, getting it ready to be glued. Next will be mounting the tire to the wheel. And then finally, it'll be gluing it. And after that, we want you to check your work. And those are the 4 steps.
All right.
To doing it.
All right. So you got a list? You got your stuff? Go get it. Come
Ready?
on back. We're going to dive in.
First thing you're going to do with these is pull the tire, get the insert out of it.
Okay.
So first part, you don't want the insert to be in there for. So this has
All
a
right.
closed cell molded insert. Really quick, we'll touch on something else. Tires come one of 2 ways.
Okay.
You're going to have either a regular foam insert, which isn't shaped,
Mm-hmm.
or as you can see next to it, you're going to have what's referred to as a closed cell molded insert.
Okay.
Now, there's reasons to use both. We won't get into that right now.
All right.
But there is a difference. So with these foam inserts, you got to work them into the tire. So you bunch them in there, and what I usually do is hit my fingers and spin it around like this
Okay.
to kind of work the foam in there.
All right.
These here, they just fit right in because they're molded to the tire.
Gotcha. All
That's the main thing right there.
So we're obviously going to be using these for today.
Right. These are my
For those of you
personal
wondering
tires.
at home, Roger is getting ready to build his own kit, and these are going to be tires that go on his vehicles. So
Yes, my new B5.
there you go. So take
Okay.
it away.
So now, first thing you want to do is, when these tires are molded, they leave a film you can't see
Okay.
on the tire from the mold release. So you want to clean that off. So what we're going to do is get our paper towel,
And that's nitro
get
clean.
nitro clean or our rubbing alcohol, and we're going to clean off the inside of the wheel.
And either is fine. Do you prefer one over the other?
It doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
They both do the job the same. Some tires are better than others. You can see that blue coming off on there.
Oh, yeah.
That's your mold release. That's going to hamper you being able to, the glue sticking.
Okay.
So that's going to get in the way of the glue sticking. Do both sides. See how dirty that is?
Oh, yeah. That's filthy. Okay.
So,
And that looked like a clean tire. That's brand new out of the package.
out of the package. Now, next thing we're going to do is put our insert back in.
Now, I have a question. Well,
Mhm.
no, you go ahead, do what you're doing. But I am curious. I see often brand new tires have a dot on the side. And I
The
see
dot is an identification of the compound of the rubber,
Oh, okay. All right.
or whatever the material is. So this is a clay tire, and these are available in different compounds from a hard to soft.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the dot is there to let you know what compound your tire is.
Okay.
So if you're running different tires, like if you're racing, you might have the same tire in 4 different compounds.
So
You
you
can
need to be able to
identify 'em.
identify which is
Right.
which. Okay. Learn something
So-
new every day.
Now, get our insert in there. See how it wants to bunch up a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Just get in there, but these are molded, so they're good.
Oh, look at that.
Get your insert in there. Now, next. Wow, I forgot one little thing. Before you glue your tire,
Mm-hmm.
check for flashing. Flashing is mold release. Is rubber that escaped from the mold. So
yeah, so you'd be
this
like
one
a
isn't
little
very bad.
extra. Yeah.
This one here, that is flashing right there.
Okay.
You don't want that. You want to either cut it off or pull it off.
Okay.
So, and this tire has flashing really bad on the outside too. So this is what's referred to as flashing. It's excess material from the mold. Get rid of that before you glue your tire.
Okay.
Now, Some tires have an inside or an outside.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you check your tire before you mount it. This does not have any kind of particular way you mount it. So put it on there. Now make sure. Now on the rim, you have what's referred to as the bead area. The bead is where you're actually gluing the tire.
Okay.
So this tire, this section right here, fits into this piece right here.
Okay.
So make sure that when you mount your tire,
you can feel it when I'm sure
right.
you're wrapping it around, whether it's grooved in or not.
Right. And so also make sure you don't pinch the insert.
Okay.
So when you pull it out, now we've got our tire mounted to the rim.
All right. So
now we were mentioning before, just really quick about the bead. Most tires fall into the line of these 10 scale tires.
Okay.
The 8 scale cars are a little bit different. When you do an 8 scale wheel, you'll have a bead that will fold underneath here. That makes it a little bit easier to mount.
I see. Let me just sort of so folks can see that. Yeah, that's a divot. Okay.
Right. Now some 8 scale wheels don't have that, but a lot of them have that little fold that you can. That makes it easier to kind of mount the tire.
Gotcha.
And make sure that it actually stays round on it. And when I say it stays round, sometimes when you mount these, you get a little bump like that. That's because the insert's trying to get up underneath it. So what you want to do before you glue it is just make sure, just check it in there, make sure none of the insert is coming out. Because sometimes you can glue the insert, you get the insert stuck underneath. And that's important because what will happen is it'll make your tire out of round. Not out of round, but you have a little bump there, and then it'll make the tire shake really bad when you get to high speed. And that really messes with the way your car drives. Okay, so now we are ready to, like this one here. See how that's up like that? Mm-hmm. So that's in there. I usually roll it a little bit just to make sure everything's on there. Now, it's time to glue.
All right.
Now we've got our CA glue. We're using AKA tire glue. I like AKA because I use 3M stuff, and I just really like 3M. But
okay.
So you pull back and put some glue. First, you got to pull your stopper out of your glue, so the glue comes out. Then you put some glue down on the tire, just a little bit, and then make sure your bead goes in there flat, and hold it for a second, because you want the glue to dry. Now that our glue is in there, you move on a little bit farther, put some more glue in there, do the same thing. Hold it, and just repeat that process all the way around. Now you can't use too much glue, but if you don't want to use too much because it'll come out and then the tire will be ugly. But if you don't care about that, then we continue.
Since this is Roger's personal tire, he cares. He wants to make sure it's going to be good.
Right. Now we've pretty much completed this one side. Next we're going to flip it over. We'll flip it over, do the other side. Which is just a repeat of the other process.
Okay.
Okay, now we've glued both sides. What you want to do when you're done gluing is get some rubber bands or some tire tool. This is a little gluing thing from Proline.
Okay.
Stick it on there. And that puts pressure on it.
To make sure that it gets a nice connection.
Right. Then let it sit there for maybe 5-10 minutes, let the glue dry.
All right, so we've had 10 minutes, it's dried, and now what are you checking?
Okay, so what you want to do is, usually you don't get it all the way around on your first try. Mm-hmm. So what you want to do is pull the bead back real good to make sure you didn't miss anything. So like right here you can see, that needs to be glued.
Okay.
So we'll get our glue, and we'll try and find that spot again. Let's see. So we're right there. You see how that's not glued? Yep. I'm going to stick some glue in there. And we're going to glue it. And we're going to work our way around. We're going to work our way around to make sure that we did a pretty good job on this tire. So, do that on both sides. Always do that before you run your tires. Because if you don't do that, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a spot that's not glued.
Yeah.
And that one little spot's going to try and pull off, and you can rip the tire, or it just won't sit. It's just not glued properly.
Okay. Well, that was nowhere near as painful as I thought it was going to be.
I will tell everyone right now.
He was. We had to drag him to film this, kicking and screaming because he hates doing tires.
Gluing tires. As much as I might have poked fun at you guys in the beginning, gluing tires is never fun.
Yeah.
But it's something that you really need to learn to do because, first of all, it saves you money. You're not paying for someone to assemble your tires. Secondly, it's just part of the experience. I mean, gluing
it's
tires
not
is
terribly
tedious.
difficult. It just requires attention.
Right.
All.
You have to understand, I've been gluing tires for probably 10 years. I have a lot of tire gluing experience because I don't like ready to runs. I'd rather build my own car.
Yeah.
So whenever you build your own car, you've got to glue your tires. So, it's something that you're going to get good at with practice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how good you are at it. There's always that one tire out of the four you end up screwing up. And you get glue all over the place and glue over your fingers. Don't let that stop you. It's just part of the fun of gluing tires. Really quick, if you're in a hurry, you can use Kicker on your tires to get the
which accelerates the drying process.
But we don't recommend it because when you use Kicker, it makes the glue brittle and it doesn't stick as well.
Okay.
So
don't rush it.
You can't be in that much of a hurry when you use Kicker on a tire.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I was going to say.
So let's see. Now, here are the hard-hitting, serious questions that folks really need answers to. Why is doing this important?
Because you need to learn to glue tires.
That seems to be the answer to everything. If you don't do it, you can't run it.
Well, the other thing
it's
too
kind
is
of
that
the answer.
Even if you buy tires, or even with your ready to run, there's some machine or someone out in China building your tires, and every once in a while it's going to make a mistake. So we've run into tires that aren't glued out of the box. We run into tires that come unglued. So at least having the basics allows you to know
and make quick repairs.
Right, exactly. So even on your regular runs, tires come unglued.
Yeah. All right. On a scale of difficulty, 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest, where would you rate this?
I'd say this is a 7.
Whoa!
7. I know, right?
Whoa!
Because it takes some time to learn how to do it, and it's really easy because the glue dries really fast.
Yeah.
So you only have a second before the glue is set, and you're wrecking your tire.
Yeah.
So it's important. You gotta, it takes some time and some experience to get everything right. And if you're not that mechanically inclined, then gluing tires.
See, so there's the catch-22 for you should do your own tires, but if you screw it up, you're out of luck, and you're gonna have to buy another pair of tires.
Well,
so catch-22.
If you mess it up, it's still runnable. You can still drive on it. It's still round.
Still round. Round will roll.
Yes.
All right. And as far as time, what can folks expect?
I would set aside at least an hour if you're going to glue 4 tires because, it doesn't always go as smoothly as this did for you guys. And also, we sped this up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're not going to, you're doing this times 4. And take your time because if you rush tires, they always end up getting messed up.
Yeah.
You always end up missing something, and you're out playing with your friends, and your tire goes rolling off, and your rim's still in your car, and you're like, dude, I thought you glued your tires, and you're like, dude.
Wait, I have to glue them? No.
Yeah.
We've had that happen, too.
Yes.
We have had that happen.
I would set apart a solid hour. Another thing, too, is do it in a well-ventilated area. If you're using nitro cleaner alcohol, and you're definitely using tire glue, which is a form of CA glue, this stuff all emits harmful vapors, so do it in a well-ventilated area. That way, the stuff doesn't hurt you. I mean, CA glue emits vapors that mess with your eyes. There's a lot of safety issues here.
Stinging and burning.
Right.
Okay, so if folks happen to need tires and they want to glue them themselves, where could they buy all the supplies they need to do that?
You can get everything, even if you don't want to glue them, at RC Street Shop, 5521 East Spring Street, Long Beach, California, 90808.
Excellent. And say folks are not in the Southern California area, they can't make it here. Is there some way they could say, talk to us?
If you insist. A phone?
Phone. Is there a phone number they can call?
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. 562-425-9000. Dial those numbers and give us a call.
There you go. And if you're just too shy, it's just too much social anxiety for you, then you can go ahead and drop us an email. We are info@rcstreetshop.com. We are also on social media. We are on Twitter as @RC Street Shop, all one word. Like us, favorite us, follow us, whatever the heck you do.
Enjoy us.
Just enjoy us in that universe. We are also on Facebook. Like the page, RC Street Shop. We are also on YouTube. Obviously, you're watching this video, and we appreciate it. So be sure to like the video, but more importantly, subscribe! Hit that subscribe button, please. We're not making all these videos for ourselves.
We already know how to do this stuff.
Yeah, which is why you call us and ask us to do it for you.
Exactly.
We're trying to share the info. So let your friends know, other RC enthusiasts, and like the page, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Leave us a comment. We'll see you next week. Bye.